Drop a like on this video, guys, if you need some double XP codes. I know you guys are grinding and trying to hit max level. As you see, I am 2 levels away from hitting level 55, about to go into the officer ranks. I've been using a lot of double XP codes and I have a lot left, so make sure to check in the pinned comment in the comment section for some codes. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Paradoxx here, bringing you guys another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video to the channel here. Now today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the best possible settings for you guys to run. This will help you out and increase your skill and overall better yourself in this game. Now, I do want to bring you these settings a lot this year, so every new update, I will be bringing you guys an updated version. If I find something new about settings or anything like that, I will be showing you guys everything. So we're going to go ahead and get into the settings, and we'll talk about why I have these on. So we're going to go ahead and go to the top right here. So we have button layout. I have it as tactical. Now I use a SCUF controller and I personally like the SCUF. It has the buttons. I have my right one as jump and I have my left one as, crouching and proning. Now if you don't like that, you could use default, and if you don't have a SCUF controller, you can do default or tactical as well. Now I would say don't do anything crazy like lefty, nomad Charlie tactical, bumper jumper, stick and move, one hand gunslinger, brawler, or beast. You don't need those. Those are really just for like jumping games, like jetpack games and stuff like that. In this game, you kind of want to play slow pace. You kind of want to just take it easy, not full on rush everywhere. So tactical and default are going to make it way easier on your hands and not make you jump as much, because really there's no point of jump shotting in this game in my opinion. So either tactical or default will do the work. Next is stick layout preset. I have as default. I've never messed with that. Invert vertical look. If you look up, if you have this enabled, if you look up, you look down, you look down, you look up. You can have it on airplanes only, or you can have it enabled just in general. Just keep it disabled. You really don't need that. Now for horizontal and vertical sensitivities, I have at a 8. Now this is a great vertical and horizontal sensitivity for you guys. It's just in between. It's not too fast or it's not too slow. It's just kind of in between, so it's perfect. You're not going to be missing your shots or anything like that. Next is ADS sensitivity multiplier and the ADS sensitivity multiplier for low high zoom. Now I have this at 1 times. I don't change it or anything like that. If you wanted to, you can knock it down a little bit to like 7.5 or 0.75. That's a good one as well. Next is aim response curve type. Now this is important for you guys to listen to. Now this means is if you are really good at games and stuff like that, you will know this as well. The standard, it has a little delay to it, and linear, actually as soon as you move your stick, your analog stick, to aim around, it will move. It doesn't have no delay or anything, and it's really good to use instead of standard. Now I know you guys are used to standard because this is a brand new setting to Call of Duty. It is in Battlefield. In other games, I don't really know which other games. I think Apex has it, maybe Fortnite, but Call of Duty has put this setting in this year. It's never been in a Call of Duty before, so if you guys do, make sure to put this on linear so you guys can get used to it, and it's going to help you out a lot, guys, I promise. Next, we're going to go to controller vibration. Now this is all up on you. I have mine off because it throws me off sometimes if I'm shooting and it's just not comfortable to my hands. Next, we're going to go into the weapon settings. Now aim assist I have on standard. I don't change anything with that. I feel like if you put on disabled or precision or focusing, I think that's going to mess you up. You're used to the standard aim assist, so don't change it in my opinion. Next is weapon mount activation. Now I don't have this, I just kept this the same. I don't really mess with it. Weapon mount movement exit, I don't really mess with that either. I have that off or enabled. Aim down sight behavior, now this is a new thing as well. You just hold L2 down or L1 and it'll aim down sights as long as you hold it, and if you let go, it aims back out of sights. And if you have toggle, this means is you press the aim down sight once, so you'll click L2 once and it'll just aim down sights for you, and then you have to click it again to aim back out. That's not smart to do. Not smart. Next, equipment behavior. I have this on hold. You know, just if you're trying to cook a grenade or anything like that, just you're holding it. So, and if you have toggle, you would click it, you would, you know, it would hold, and then you would press it again and it'll throw. I think that's not a, you know, a good idea. Next is use reload behavior. Tap to reload is always the best. You click square, or if you're going through a door, you click square and it'll open the door so you don't have to hold anything. Depleted ammo weapon switch. Now this means is if you have this enabled, weapon automatically switches when you're trying to fire without no ammo. That's important to do just in case you're not looking at how much ammo you have, and you know, you just don't know, and it'll switch to your pistol or whatever your secondary is at that time. Could be another SMG or another assault rifle, whatever, so you guys know that you're out of ammo for that gun, so you don't switch back to it and try to shoot people with it. Next is movement. I have slide behavior. I have on hold. So while if you're running and you hold, you know, circle, or if you hold, you know, your bumper for if you have a scuff, it'll just slide. But if you have it on tap, you know, if you click circle on accident, you know, you crouch or you slide. If you're running and you don't want to, that's not a good idea. So make sure you have it on hold. Next is vehicle camera recenter. I have this on enabled. If you have this on enabled, the camera centers itself automatically after a short moment while driving vehicles. I mean, I don't really drive a vehicle, so it doesn't really care. You can have this on disabled or, you know, whatever. And that is it for the controller settings. Now we're going to go into general. I have my brightness at 60. Now this is all up on you. I have an Elgato to kind of keep my color correction nice and smooth, so it is a bit different. So I have mine at 60. You can guys keep yours at 50 if you want, but my if you guys can tell in my, you know, my videos and stuff like that, my gameplay looks a lot brighter and contrast and saturated, and it's really nice because my Elgato is able to let me do that, and I see that, and it's just beautiful to play. Safe area, this is super important. So if you always think, you know, you take these white lines and you just kind of match them to the end of your thing, you don't do that. That is the worst thing for you to do. What you want to do is you want to make this as small as you can, because if you guys did not know this is going to be a little secret tip. Now you want it as small as possible just because you want all the action to be in the middle of the screen, so you have a better field of vision on what's going on. Everything's zoomed in just zoomed out a little bit so you can see everything. It's a great thing to use. Highly recommend you guys using it just because it's going to help you out a lot. Now this is if you're running around looking at buildings trying to find people, if you're aimed down sights and you're looking around, it helps out a lot because everything is zoomed out but everything's bigger in screen, so it's going to help you a lot. Trust me. So make sure to keep your safe area as small as possible at all times. Next is film grain. I kept this at 0.25. I don't touch it. Tooltips, you can have this enabled or not. I just have this on enabled. It just shows you if you have this enabled, tooltips are shown when hovering specific element for the short delay. That just give you tips and stuff like that. I don't need them, so it's whatever. Subtitles, I have mine on just because, say if I don't see an enemy say or hear them say like a hostile helicopter or something like that, or a nuke or something like that, just anything like a score streak or a claymore or something like that, I'll be able to hear their character call out, or I'll hear the narrator say, hey, there's a hostile helicopter coming, hey, there's a hostile VTOL or whatever like that, so I'll know by looking at the subtitles. They do help a lot. They're smaller this year, and instead of Black Ops 4 like they were in the middle, they're on the bottom, so like a normal subtitles like in movies and stuff like that, so it's very helpful. Colorblind, I'm not using colorblind this year. That's a shocker. So I am not using colorblind this year. I usually use this one, but I'm not this year, so just gonna keep this disabled. We're not gonna use it. We might switch it around sometimes just to get a different change, but this game's too fun to just, you know. Anyways, colorblind target, I have this on interface. I don't really do anything. It appeals to additional colorblind filters over the interface, so this kind of brings in all the colorblinds and stuff like that together, so you really don't, if you're colorblind, you really don't have a problem on seeing, you know, the mini map or the kill feed or whatever, and that's nice. World motion blur, you want to have disabled. These are important, guys. Look at the screens. Now if you have this disabled, removes blurring from moving objects. So this is like, you know, you spinning around, looking around fast. It's not, if you have this enabled, it's going to simulate a blurring moving object, so it's going to look blurry. You don't want that. You want everything to be crisp and smooth, so you can see, if you're saying, if you're doing like a 360 real quick, you know where that person is. If you have that disabled, it's going to be blurry, so don't have that on. Next, this is the weapon as well. Now this is just for graphics and just to make the game look better, like you're in a movie. If you have this enabled, same thing going on with the world motion blur. If you're moving around fast and doing 360s, going crazy, you know, having to do what you have to do to kill someone, it's going to make your gun look blurry. But if you have this on disabled, it makes the gun look really crisp and beautiful, so you want to have that on. Next, text chat, I have this on enabled. I don't really mess with this. You know, if you know, somebody might say, you know, hey Paradoxx, I love you, or something in the game or something like that, and they message me it, and you know, it just makes me feel good, you know, seeing that. If I don't hear them, or if I'm in Discord and I don't hear anybody in game chat, they can actually message me and I'll see it. And you know, them just saying, hey, you know, they could send anything like, hey, you know, you're awesome, or anything like that, so I'll be able to see that. This is just like, this is something just for me, I guess. This is like, if you don't want that, you can just turn it off, but it's just something I have on just in case if you guys do see me in a lobby or anything like that. And if you don't, you know, if you try to get my attention, just hit me up with a message in the text chat and you guys will be able to, I'll see it, so I'll reply back to as much as I can, guys, over the year. I promise, guys. I got you guys. Profanity filter. Now this you can have this on disabled or enabled. If you don't care about cussing and stuff like that, just keep it on enabled. Just it doesn't really matter. But I have it on for the sake of you know, if someone says something too bad, it'll just kind of blur out the word or whatever, just in case I am recording or something like that, or streaming. Gore effect, I have this on enabled because I like the gore. I like seeing, you know, people, I like seeing, like, I don't know, like blood and stuff like that in a Call of Duty. If you like World War II, Black Ops 4, if you got exploded up, I mean, you went into bits and you saw bits of pieces and bodies. I like that. It's pretty cool. It's just a video game, you know, so the gore effect is pretty cool in video games to do that online. So I have this on just to have it. Next is audio. I have mine on boost high. Now I have everything set up with my Astros as well, so if you guys don't have Astros or you don't have a mix amp or anything like that, make sure to just keep everything on master volume, just like 100, and you kind of just turn it down a little bit if you needed to, or just turn it down to 70. That's about it. I have music off. Juggernaut music, I don't really use the Juggernaut music. I don't really use the Juggernaut, so you can have this on or off, so it's up to you guys. Next, hit markers. Now you can have this on classic. Now I forgot to actually change this. This is all on your opinion as well. You can have the new Modern Warfare hit marker sound effect, or you can have the classic. I like the classic because I'm a classic Call of Duty player. I've been playing for 15 years and, you know, just grinding. So next is voice chat. Now this is all up on just people. Honestly, just like if they're too loud, turn them down. You're too loud, turn yourself down. Stuff like that. The mic threshold. I don't use a mic in game, so it don't really matter. So that is really it, guys. I just want to say thank you guys for watching today's video. So if you're new to the channel, do make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, make sure to tell me if this settings video does help, and tell me if you guys are improving. So let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys, and hope you have a great day. Peace.